Back at Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly in the Huddle, brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm. Back with D.J. Williams and our special guest tonight, Randall Cobb. Well, let's finish what we started before the break and coming back. I don't know how many, but it appeared, if I recall, there are at least 3 or 4 where you had to come back and still had big gains out of it.
That's one of the important things about whenever Aaron gets out of the pocket and starts scrambling. We have to come back to him and give him options to throw the ball downfield. And we had a couple of those instances this past week, and I was just trying to get open for him and give him a target. You're
currently second on the team with 29 receptions, trailing only Jordy Nelson with 32. The Packers, obviously, last year, after last season, you had 25 catches, but they saw obviously a lot more promise and needed to find a way to get you on the field. And interesting to see the way they pulled it off by not only playing wide receiver, but lining up in the backfield, kind of in a slot position, H-back type role, and you're getting a lot of opportunities to do a lot of different things.
Yeah, I'm very fortunate to have a coaching staff that is very flexible in finding ways and creating ways to get me onto the field, and that gives me a lot of confidence in myself to know that my coaching staff feels that way about me, and to be able to find different ways to get me on the field, and I'm just trying to make the most opportunities that I do get.
All right, now most guys that return kicks and punts eventually, with a few exceptions, eventually the more they play on offense, the less opportunity. They'll find somebody else to return kicks and punts. Do you see that happening for you, or you think you could be one of those special exceptions where you continue to return?
Randall has his eye on the prize.
I don't see that happening anytime soon. I think that I'm able to hold the weight. I'm able to carry the weight as far as being a returner and being a receiver or H-back or whatever. I love being on the field. I don't want to sit on the sidelines if I don't have to. If I can be on the field, I want to be on the field.
Tell them what you want.
No, I keep that to myself. I keep that
to
kind
yourself.
Of stuff to myself.
You got a personal goal.
I got a personal goal.
He wants the ball, any situation. I mean, I guess that's a good thing for this guy to have.
Well, it's a personal goal, but you told him.
Yeah,
You'll be broadcast all over Northeast Wisconsin.
I didn't think about it. I'm telling the wrong people, huh?
When you think about that, though, because I'm watching that hit that they put on you on the kickoff return. And in kickoffs, and it's probably one of the reasons why they're trying to kind of go away from having less returns, because it's just punt returns are a little different. I think everything's a little bit more in your control. Kickoff returns, it's like you're going fast that way, they're coming fast this way, and it's like one violent collision sometimes.
It is. Picture you driving a little smart car down the highway, and you have 10, I'll say 10 because I'm not going to count the kicker. You have 10 semi-trucks coming full speed at you with roadblocks. And, it's hard. You got to make those guys miss sometimes, but it's difficult. And, you try not to take hits being back there, but it happens sometimes.
When you saw him take that hit yesterday, what did you think?
I felt bad for the other guy.
I got a little power, too, for a small guy.
You got a little muscle on him.
6 touchdowns. 338 passing yards for Aaron Rodgers yesterday. It was, I think, just a matter of time before he kind of busted out and got that going. So now I guess we'll see if you guys can keep it going. And Mike McCarthy, as I mentioned in the last break, Mike McCarthy spent very little time talking about the win. He was already looking forward faster than normal to St. Louis because he is looking so forward to ending this string of win one, lose one, win one, lose one. He wants to string, some successes together.
I think our mindset changed as a team, and I think we noticed it leading up to the week, but especially right before the game, like when we were in the locker room. Some of our leaders were, kind of getting in their groove, kind of jumping out of the box that we're used to seeing them stay in, their mindset, and they were just, it was good
energy.
Yeah, great energy. And before we went out there, I was like, man, we're going to go out there and beat these boys. Like, they don't know what's coming.
Yeah.
And they didn't, clearly.
And for us to play the way we did in the environment that we were at, I mean, that place was probably one of the loudest places I've played. And the energy that they were giving the Texans throughout the whole game, up until like the third or fourth quarter when they saw what was coming.
When they went home.
It's very hard to execute as an offense, as a defense, and special teams, and we did it better than we've done in a long time. So, just imagine if we were playing them at Lambeau, it would have been even worse.
Yeah,
So.
I think Mike McCarthy, and obviously the players got to play. They still got to make the plays. But I think Mike McCarthy, when your backs are to the wall, when you kind of need a win, you want to change the momentum, get things going. I think he's as good as of a coach with the back to the wall mentality as you're going to find in the league.
He does. He does a great job of getting us ready and getting us prepared. I think one of the things that makes him a great coach is he's consistent with the way that he approaches us throughout the season, regardless if it's a win or a loss. He's very urgent, and he speaks that urgency to us. He doesn't always do it to the media, but he speaks that urgency to us week in and week out.
Mm-hmm. Does it feel like you turned the corner?
I don't really look at it that way. I look at it more so as that this was a statement game. Like, I feel like we never really left. I feel like we're still we were still capable of doing the things that we've done this past Sunday. We've been capable of doing that these past weeks, but we haven't fully committed and fully executed like we planned to. And I think we just put it all together this week, and hopefully it'll be a snowball effect, and we'll get it rolling from here.
Did you guys talk about what it's like to move on so quickly after losing a football game? You know, the fans, they labor all week. Mm-hmm. You know, granted, they're not the ones that have to prepare for the next opponent like you are, but I would imagine that, you know, somewhere along the road, whether it be in college or wherever, that you had to learn to put that one behind you. But it couldn't have been always easy, was it?
One, it depends on how bad you lost or if you had a bad game that week, but you learn from a long time through even playing sports as a kid that, you know, you can do nothing. You can't dwell on that loss. You can do nothing but learn from it. You know, correct your mistakes and come out and improve next time. And if you lose that next one, see where you messed up and where you can improve again. And I think we've learned that playing sports our whole life. And I think nowadays it's just second nature to us.
You got to have a short memory. Must.
Very short memory.
So is there ever, I mean, obviously besides the last one of the season, or, you know, a playoff game, but anything besides that last game that ever lingers with you?
I guess the worst one for me was probably in high school, and I got beat 42-0 my last football game ever in high school, and that one still sticks with me. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but I guess I don't know how you learn from that one. Ask Randall about how I'm wearing my Arkansas hat to give him. I'm sorry, I got to bring it. So.
Lord.
Ask Randall about this weekend in Kentucky.
We're not going to talk about that. They beat us.
I'll tell you about it.
The game.
We didn't even finish the game, and they gave us the win. How about that? Stopped it in the middle of the third quarter. Beating them so bad.
That wasn't the reason. It was the Lightning. We had just scored. We was getting ready to come back.
Yeah. So in other words, Kentucky was praying for Lightning.
Yeah, it was 49-7.
We were making a run.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers, kind of playing, admittedly so, playing with a monumental-sized chip on his shoulder this week, and you can see it's been kind of building. The national folks have decided to take some shots at him, and you wonder why. You know, I mean, after, you know, what he did last year, you know, so everything isn't going right this year, but it's not just, you know, it's not just on Aaron Rodgers. You know, Ron Jaworski. I'll tell you one thing, guys like Ron Jaworski, you know, when the guy was on the Monday night crew, he didn't say squat because he had to come in and talk to you guys preparing for a game. But now that he's not on a game broadcast, he's got to write his little .com article.
Yeah.
You know, now he's got, you know, now he's brave, and he's, you know, he feels like he can say whatever he wants to say. But you know, why? You know, this guy's played the game. He's been down that road. He's been an NFL quarterback for a number of years. I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but, you know, some guys do that. I don't know why they do it, especially for a guy like Aaron. He fuels off those kind of things. He loves when people tell him that he can't do something, that, you know, he's not good enough. He fuels off that energy, and he creates, you know, something in his mind that allows him to go out and play ball like he did, to prove those people wrong.
RG3, did you see his performance? 138 rushing yards.
Wow.
A couple of touchdowns. Think a quarterback should run that much?
We'll find out if he lasts the season.
All right, we will find out. All right, we're going to take a break, and we'll come back. It'll be time for our email segment from Granite Peak. Justin Hall will step back in. More after this on the Woodward Radio Network. And we're back at Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly. Our show tonight brought to you and every night by Mills Fleet Farm. Back with D.J. Williams and Randall Cobb. Let it snow, let it snow, let it snow.
Yeah, that's my favorite part.
I bet it is. Granite Peak Ski Area in Wausau is gearing up for an incredible ski season. New this year, Granite Peak welcomes Dasher, a new high-speed quad lift that will service all of the western runs. This now makes 2 high-speed lifts for Granite Peak. A 3-minute ride up the mountain versus a 9-minute ride prior to. The best just keeps getting better. For more information, visit skigranitepeak.com. Time now for our email segment. Let's head out to Justin Hall.
Before we start, my bad. I am sorry that we were late today. So who we play? Jacksonville next week?
No,
the week
Louis,
after?
St. Louis.
After St. Louis. Our next home game?
Yeah.
Yeah, next week. So I guess next Monday we'll do a drawing for someone in here for 2 home game tickets. So the winner will get 2 home game tickets.
You are quite a guy, aren't you?
Yeah.
Yes.
But don't do it if you already got season tickets, But, yeah. I mean, I guess you can if you want to and just sell them. But, yeah, that'll be the drawing for next week. So make sure you come out.
Make sure you get here early then for a good seat.
All right, that's a good deal. You know what? I'm going to just put behind everything I've ever said about you.
I thought he was going to ask you if he's eligible for the ticket.
That is awesome. No,
Appreciate it.
no, I got a pretty good seat up top. So,
InTheHuddleShow.com, that's the website each and every week. You can go there and submit your questions. First question is for both of you guys. I got to apologize, Randall, to bring it up again, but Tom and Madison wanted to know what you thought of the game, Kentucky, Arkansas. We already talked about that. Did you guys have anything on the line for the game? That's what he wanted to know. Go ahead.
this is radio. You don't have to raise your hand. Just talk.
We were talking about some things. Just say there were some green articles of paper sitting on my bed when we roomed together on road trips. And they were laying nicely on my bed when I got
And all
back to the
people had to
hotel
be
room.
roomed with for that week.
So it was good. It was great.
All right, we'll get to the next question here. This one's coming from Jim in Sioux Falls, South Dakota, as in the huddle reaching all the way a few states over. But do you prefer to play games when you have a greater national viewing, such as Monday night or Sunday night, or would you rather play all your games at noon on Sunday?
I think it depends. Definitely when we're traveling, I think we'd rather play noon games because when we play late games, we don't get back here in Green Bay until about 3 or 4 in the morning, and we got to start the next day so soon. So definitely on the road, we like earlier games.
I like primetime games. I mean, that's where it's at. I mean, 7:30 at night, everyone's watching, especially Monday night. People come home, start the week, they're mad that they got to go to work, but they can come home and escape and watch Monday Night Football. It don't get much better than that.
You get a game like last night, you sent all the Packer fans to work, a little tired on a Monday morning, staying up and celebrating that victory.
Yeah, that's how they roll. And it's just crazy. Like, real cute girls come out on primetime games. I don't know what. They make their way out to the game. And I was injured, so I wasn't playing. And Houston got some nice-looking women out there in the stands.
All right, we'll get to our next question from Zach in Kaukauna. He wants to know, considering Randall's past history at the quarterback position, who is the emergency quarterback in case, I have to knock on wood here, Aaron and Graham would get hurt in the same game?
That would be me. Between me and Jordy, we both have those duties.
Are you putting your name in the hat there, DJ?
I feel pretty solid at throwing that thing. I told you when I played for the 49ers in Pee Wee, I was quarterback, so there's a lot of carryover.
I've seen him throw. We don't want that.
No tight end reverse passes coming up. All right.
It's cool.
This one from Kayla in Manitowoc, who wants to know, do you guys stay in Wisconsin all year round? And if not, where is home in the off season?
I go back to Tennessee. Spend most of my time off season in Tennessee, back where my family is. I go back to school a little bit in Kentucky, and then I'll go train either in Florida or Phoenix, Arizona.
I'm at Arkansas all day. I even got Randall to come down twice. Had a good time in Arkansas.
I visit.
He loved it, though. He had a good time.
It was nice. Great time.
So how often are you guys in Green Bay during the off season? I mean, how often do you come back up here if just for workouts? I see that look on your face.
Yeah.
Probably not at all. We're here for the season.
Yeah.
Besides that, I mean, it's cold, when we have a chance.
I don't like. I'm from Tennessee. I like warm weather. So I try to go someplace warm.
I think we should take you guys ice fishing.
That would be
I
a
would
time.
do it. I think that would be a good time.
That's
As long as we're only out there for like 30 minutes.
But to catch it quick.
You got to get one of those, the huts with the heaters and all that, where you're in shorts. and
Heater?
shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, we can
On
do that.
ice?
They got those shanties.
Sounds
where
like
you
a
can go in
terrible
there.
idea. It's all right, but we'll pass.
Do you want to go one more?
Yeah, you get time.
All right. Let's see here. When you have family coming to a game out of town, okay, let me rephrase this here. I'm trying to word it. It's a little lengthy. When you are on the road and you're playing in a place where you have family coming in, do you get time to go out and spend some time with your family?
Yeah, you get we usually get in town around 4 o'clock everywhere we go to travel, and we have from like 4 to 9 to do whatever we want. And usually we'll go grab dinner with family if they're in town, and the only time after that is about 20 minutes after the game. We get to visit and take pictures and smile and tell each other we love them and blah, blah, blah. So it's all good, I think.
Yeah, I had family in Houston this past week, so I got to spend a little bit of time with them and catch up. It's been a while since I've seen them.
Yeah.
You see, they showed Donald Driver's brother on TV.
Donald had like 60 family members in Houston. It's crazy.
It was funny because they showed the crowd and almost thought it was Donald.
What, was that really his brother?
That was really his brother.
I thought that was a hoax.
He literally had 60
that's just-
people.
He had 60 people.
That just looked like
It's
that
gotta
just
be-
looked freaky. That guy
It
did.
did. You saw what I saw.
Oh my goodness! All right, we're going to come back. We'll let you know who our email segment winner is from Granite Peak Ski email segment. Back with more in the huddle from Tanners and Kimberly after this on the Woodward Radio Network. And we're back here at Tanner's Sports Bar and Grill in Kimberly. In the huddle brought to you by Mills Fleet Farm. Back with D.J. Williams and Randall Cobb. And it's time to announce our Granite Peak Ski Package winner from our email contest during the last segment. Let's go right back out to Justin Hall.
Again, inthehuddleshow.com. That's the website each and every week where you can go and submit the questions for our guests. And we're going to pick Kayla from Manitowoc. I think we haven't had a winner from Manitowoc before.
What was the question?
The question about staying around all year. Okay. How often do you stay? So,
cool.
Yeah, we'll pick her, and she'll pick up the ski package from Granite Peak.
Congratulations.
Yeah, congratulations. Brandon Sane, we mentioned earlier in the first half of the show, if you missed it, he is on IR already. The Packers picking up a running back, Johnny White, off of waivers from Buffalo to take his place. DJ Smith is out for the year. They have not made a move yet. Probably won't until they find a player they want or like to replace him. His injury, I don't know if you saw film yet or you saw that injury, but
I heard some rumors about it being a little unnecessary.
it was unnecessary.
Yeah.
I didn't see it.
It was. It wasn't late. I mean, it was before the whistle, but he was away from the play. He had his head turned. He was not making any action towards trying to make a tackle or anything. And all of a sudden, this guy comes and just blindsides him and
puts him out for the year.
Yeah, and put
there
him
was
out
a
for the
play
year.
too on. If you go back and watch real carefully on, I think Aaron's quarterback sneak in the second quarter. Josh Sitton was kind of in the same situation.
I saw it.
And they had a defensive back come, and it almost looked like deliberately tried to blow his knee out.
I think he was trying to graze. I think he was trying to graze Rodgers, but then maybe thought twice about hitting the quarterback
or hitting our offensive lineman.
Yeah, so then he hit the lineman instead.
Yeah, we turned that into the league.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it was extremely unnecessary, and you don't understand why players try to do that to an opposing team. We're all out there together. And, even though we are competing, we still understand, safety first. Mm-hmm. But to do something like that is very disrespectful.
Yeah.
And
well, the Packers learned firsthand what kind of damage that can do from Chad Clifton a number of years ago. Had that happen to him as he was kind of just on a turnover. He was kind of just jogging down the field, not really, he didn't have his head on a swivel, wasn't paying as close attention perhaps as he should, and and he had severe back and hip injuries and needed surgery, and he was out for the year too. And those are the types of things that, and I think that the league will take a look at that and they'll probably find the guy.
probably
I'm sure they
about a
will.
good 20 grand.
But
I'm sure they will.
sometimes you wish the league would take a little more stronger stance because, if this guy's, in DJ Smith's case, he's out for the year.
Yeah.
What is a $15,000, $20,000 fine going to do?
Very true.
Make him miss. There's some that say a player should sit out for as long as the guy that he put out. That'd be a little drastic, but
That would be pretty drastic.
yeah.
Make you think twice about
That
throwing a cheap
would.
shot.
But
That would, though.
but maybe a fine and a game, or
Yeah.
a game and a game check.
That'll be good.
That would make him hurt, make the team hurt. I tell you one thing, Houston did some pretty stupid things in that football game
Very
yesterday.
stupid. Throwing punches. I mean, it's cool. It worked out for us, but that's on them.
Well, and you know, you're an offensive lineman, you got a big full face mask on, and they're punching you in the mask. And what good is that going to do?
It's not going to do anything. I never understood fights in football.
I don't
As
either.
much as we hit each other, and everyone has pads on, it's just a waste of time, and all the linemen get tired, and they can't, especially in practice.
Yeah.
It's stupid.
So you guys are going to St. Louis this Sunday, the Edward Jones Dome, which means you should be financially a little smarter by the time you get back home again.
Fair enough.
You know,
Possibly.
I don't even know who Edward Jones is. Who is that?
he's an investment firm.
Cool. Maybe I'll meet him.
Do you invest your money or do you?
Someone does. I don't.
Some. All right, hey, at least you're putting. I hope you got in somebody's hands you can trust.
Yeah.
That's probably why you're working here. So just in case your real money goes south, you got a little bit of change to get you through. So.
Oh yeah, for sure. Put it in Justin Bieber merchandise.
There you go. The Rams have a field goal kicker by the name of Greg Zuerlein. He missed wide left from 66 yards yesterday. The ball hit the net behind on the fly. I mean, he had plenty of distance from 66, and that would have forced overtime against Miami. So, hopefully it doesn't mean anything. Hopefully you guys have a 35-point lead, but I'd love to see the guy hit a 66-yard field goal.
Yeah.
That'd be crazy.
Wouldn't that be something?
I'll watch him during pregame, see if he hits one.
Yeah.
Slap him on the butt, tell him good job.
Sam Bradford, after completing 7 balls the week before, went 26 of 39 for 315, so he looks like he's got his groove back on a little bit. Bradford's a guy that came in to the league and everybody thought he was going to be this great quarterback, and maybe he hasn't had a lot of support around him, but he's kind of been hit and miss. He's had good games and some not so good games.
That's one thing about this league. You got to be consistent. Inconsistency is a way for a team to get rid of you and start bringing in another guy. He really hasn't had much support around him, but I think he could still be a great player if he gets the right guys around him.
Well, you win Sunday, and this 3-game road stretch will turn into a 2-1 record, and you'll probably be feeling pretty good about yourself.
Pretty good, and we've been talking about, the kicker or, what Houston did or what Bradford did, and just our performance. I know we're coming to an end, and, I'd like to say just our performance alone, letting us know that if we do our job and play to our capability and what we're supposed to do as a team, we feel like there's no one out there that can touch us. And that's a very great feeling to have and a good momentum boost to push us on the rest of the season. And, our eyes, on that Lombardi trophy to bringing it back home.
Yeah.
So it's very...
That's what it's all about.
Oh, yeah. And so we're very excited as a team to get rolling.
Hey, thanks for coming out, Randall. Congratulations,
for having me.
and best of luck the rest of the season. We'll see you back here on Monday. DJ Williams, for Mike Steele, our engineer, Reggie Razoo, our producer, Justin Hull, I'm Bill Scott. Back again next Monday night right here at Tanner's on the Woodward Radio Network.